is Morgan McDonald, and I'm sure all of you have probably a special moment or a memory that will probably be implanted in your brain for forever. Maybe it's something you saw or something you experienced. So one that came to my mind was my junior year at my school. We have what's called a missions class, and 12 people get selected to be in this class. And the point of this class is to plan for a mission trip over spring break to Honduras. And so the entire class, we planned projects. You had a partner and you planned your project. And so then you could be prepared for spring break. So it finally comes time for us to go, and there's a group of 25 of us, some parents, but it's mainly high schoolers. So we're all on the plane, and I'm sure some of you have been to Honduras, and when you fly into Tegucigalpa, it's a very dangerous airport to fly into. So because of the mountains on the side, and where it's located right in the center of the city, so you kind of have to come to a really quick stop. So we weren't really expecting, didn't know what to expect. And so when the plane lands and it stops and everything flies to the front, all your bags underneath your seat, there are 4 rows up ahead of you, and we're all gripping onto each other. It's kind of scary. So we were just glad to finally be there. So we get off, and it's around lunchtime, and it's around probably the main rush hour of in Tegucigalpa. We go across the street, and across the street is a Burger King. And you wouldn't think a Burger King or a McDonald's or something would be in a third world country, but Honduras is more industrialized than a lot of them. So our teacher, or the leader of our group, tells us, these cars are not going to stop for you when you go across the street. So he said it's like a game of Crocker. So you just go, you run, and if there's a car coming, you just have to run fast. So imagine 25 people running across the roads. We're Americans, we don't belong there, and the cars aren't stopping. So we all make it, and we eat lunch, and we're ready to get started. And the first place we go it's called the dump. That's just what it's called. It's the Honduran dump. And so we all load up a bus, and our luggage is on top of this bus because there's so many of us, we can't fit it inside. So it's piled high, and it's everything that we brought with us, for all of our projects. And we go and we pull up, and we're going up the hill into the dump. And people have told us, we can't really explain this. It's kind of hard to imagine. And when we start going up the drive, people automatically start jumping and holding on to the car to get a ride up the hill to the dump. And they have their faces covered with bandanas, and their skin, of course, it's darker than ours, but it's especially darker because of all of the dirt and the soot and stuff from the areas around them. So it's kind of scary seeing these people hanging on the top. So we finally get up to the top, and just an overwhelming stench automatically fills the car. We close the windows, and it's just it's the smell of trash, and there's cattle everywhere, and there's buzzards flying overhead. And you get off the bus and you look, and for miles all you can see is just a huge landfill. And there's people digging through the trash. That's where they live, and that's how they get their food, and that's where they that's how they survive, is off of the things in the dump. So that was one image, especially stepping off that van and seeing all the people digging through the trash and knowing that they live there. That's probably one image that I don't think I'll ever forget.
All right.